Yo, 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 what's up? What's up? It's Kountry K, and you're now experiencing the podcast. I got the honor, you know what I mean, to have, one of my friends for a very long time since Lakeland high school days, you know what I'm saying? So, and to be honest with you, we didn't even know each other, but our parents go back. So it's
Mm.
your mom and my mom's, they knew each other
Yeah,
already.
yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
So
Mhm.
so yeah, we just we go back. But we got the artist, you know what I mean, the rapper from Lakeland, Florida, you know what I mean? Go by the name of Jules. You know what I mean? I call him Jubak. Y'all don't do that, but that's just me though. But yeah, we got my man Jules, man. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing well, man. I appreciate you having me on here, man. And yeah, we go way back, man. So it's an honor to be able to come in and put this together with somebody that I've been knowing for so long. So I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, like I told you via the message, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't see why not. You know what I mean? Like we've been go back so long. Your music already dope in itself. So I already want to have dope people on, but it's like the fact that I know you, it's only right. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
So but first, can you give the people like a brief description of you and you know what I mean, what you're doing and stuff like that?
Yeah. So again, go by the name of Jules. Been doing music for quite a bit of time. Probably been around uh, since I was in middle school or so. So been dropping music lately. So I do that. I used to play ball a long time ago. So transitioning from being a hooper to now, being an artist. So that's what I've been working on for like the last. I really honed in and really been focusing on doing the whole artist thing since probably 2013 and 14, where I decided, you know what, I want to really take this serious. And so I've been kind of just honing my craft since then to now, just been putting out projects and music. So yeah.
Okay. It's not a surprise, bro, because we was in Miss Baker's class, bro. We was music heavy, just passing CDs back and forth.
Yeah,
So hey, I'm not surprised, but it's like it's just dope, you know what I mean, to see
yeah,
you doing what you're doing.
appreciate it.
So the last song that I would just listen to was Geronimo,
Hmm.
and pretty much all your music has like the same, I ain't gonna say the same sound, but it's like the same vibe.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's real mellow, very lyrical, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
It's eye opening, you know what I'm saying, to some people that don't think about Florida music in that light. You know what I'm saying? They only think about, ass shaking shit. You know what I mean? To be all the
Yeah,
way frank with it, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Granted, it's in our blood, but you
Right.
know what I
I
mean?
understand. Yeah.
But so are the other aspects of music and stuff like that, as you could tell, you know what I mean? Because you knew I was good in film in high school. So uh we got other aspects of arts and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Um that's one of my favorite Geronimo when you just dropped that just came out recently, right? Like
Yeah,
uh
not too long ago. Yeah, not
yeah,
too.
yeah. But that was one of my favorites. I like that. I was listening to Half Man, Half Amazing. That was probably literally the only one I can find. Then I had to go through the group to find the rest.
Gotcha.
I was like,
Okay.
just to play it, right now. Cause at first I was listening on Facebook when you put it out. And
Hmm.
I think wasn't that a link to YouTube or something like that?
Yeah,
Might have been.
yeah.
Something like that. Either way. So uh I know I brushed on it, but can you give them a description of your music and stuff like that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So when I first started off, back when you first met me, you know, I had a different take, or I had a different kind of feel of music, and that slowly transitioned. Probably around 2010 ish. Um, I was like, you know what, man, I kind of want to change it up, and so I kind of gravitated more to the music, where I was like, man, I want people to feel the music. So I as a kid, I've always kind of liked the music where I feel like it has a soul to it, something that kind of always draws you to it, and just not surface music. Not saying that surface music is bad, because I enjoy that too, but I've always kind of appreciated when artists kind of took the music to a different level. So um, I started really changing the way that I rap, changing the songs that I kind of develop to make it more about life songs, or songs that you can kind of just play and just kind of ride to and take something from it. So most of my songs are like that. I try to switch it up and give a little bit of a different edge to it. As you said, half in, half amazing. I try to turn it up a little bit on that. Geronimo is a little bit in that lane too, where I try to amp it up in a different level. But for the most part, yeah, man, I like to have music where you can kind of just vibe music. You can just kind of listen to it and kind of take some away from it or make you think, you know what I mean? And just kind of dive deep into different kind of things. A lot of my music is a lot of reflection based music. So yeah, that's what I try to incorporate in my music, man, and just hope that it will connect with people on a higher level, and they can kind of take something away from it, or at the end of the day, after they listen to it, they can say, "Man, I feel like I know him, or I feel connected to him." Or he might be speaking on things that I know about or I've experienced. So I just try to make that connection with the music, and just make it as enjoyable and as dope as possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I know you say you really started taking it serious in 2010. Well, switching music in 2010, and what you
Mhm.
said 13, 14, you started
Right.
getting kind of serious into it.
Yeah.
So what was that moment? Like in sports, we all had that moment where it's like everything's easy. You had that shit
Right.
way before me. You see me complaining, sprints and shit. Like, man, come on, coach.
Right. Right. Yeah.
But everybody had that moment where, like, whether it was sports, art, music, you know what I'm saying? They
Mhm.
have a light switch, for lack of
Yeah.
a better term. Where was that light switch where you were like, all right, I'm gonna take this serious and I'm dope at it because I'm getting the reviews, you know what I mean? Like from my peers that before I'm putting out music, because everybody had that, you're
Right.
doing music, freestyling or whatever, and they like,
Yeah.
oh, you need to take that serious, bro. Like,
Yeah.
what was that moment for you?
Um, I want to say it was probably two moments. So the answer to the first question, the switch when I made in my music style back in 2010. So before I was, cursing, I had a whole different style of music, and then I was up in South Carolina and I was visiting a friend, and I just had this dream, man, and this dream just kind of like basically woke me up and kind of scared me a little bit. It was this dream of like the world was ending, and you know me, I'm a Christian dude, so the world was ending, and I felt like I wasn't prepared, you know what I mean? And so that dream, when I woke up from it, I just remember being real shook from it, like, man, like, am I doing things right here? So that's when I kind of stopped cursing in my music. And for a moment, I had put the music down. I was like, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't do the music. But then after a while, it was just itching at me. It's a passion. I've been doing it for so long. So I was like, you know what, man? I'm gonna still do the music, but I'm gonna change it. I'm not gonna curse, and I'm just gonna talk about real life situations and things that people have been through. So that's where was the shift in my music. But then as far as taking it serious, um, so I made that shift, and I was kind of working on some a project at the time, and so I was working on it. Actually, it's funny. I was in a group with my cousin. I think you know him, Cubby. But shorter dude, we and him used to hang out all the time. You may have never met him, but I was in a, a group with him, and so eventually, he had things that was going on in his life, and he didn't have time to dedicate to the music. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just do it solo. So I spoke to him. He was like, he gave me the blessing to do it. So I was like, all right, cool. So around like that 13, 14, I was trying to find engineers that would understand my sound. And so I was just writing songs and writing songs, and I knew I wanted to make a project. But I think it was probably around the time where I met this engineer by the name of, his name is Aaron McFadden, but he goes by Maid. And he was like real critical and pivotal in my whole sound and my music. So he was the first engineer that I ran into that understood exactly what I wanted to do. And I just remember the first, the song that I started working with him, or the first few songs I started working with him, just the experience in the studio, man, and just like listen to him mix the records and stuff like that. And it started coming out, and I was listening to it like, man, this sounds really good. And he was telling me like, yo, this is dope. And then I would hear people, like I would play it for other people. And I got a friend by the name of Malcolm, but I call him Poe. And I mention his name all the time in records, but he's like a tough critic, man. Like you could play him anything, he will not like it. You know what I mean? So he's very particular with the artists that he likes, and you got to be really good. So I remember I played him like a rough draft of some of those songs, and he was like, he literally started crying. And I was like, yo, I've never seen this reaction before. This is different. So he started crying. I was like, dang, he's like, yo, this is really good. So I knew, I was like, all right, I know I have something here, because if I can get this reaction from him,
Mm.
then it's something for real. By the way, you might hear a train, so my apologies on that. But
No, it's all
but
good.
yeah,
It's all good, man. I already know what it is out there.
yeah, yeah,
um, so dang, you pretty much hit me with that last story right there. So for for some people that are want to check out your music, check out your vibe
Mhm.
and your merch, I want to go ahead and let them know about your merch and stuff like that. Um, where could they find you at? And how could they get connected with you?
Yeah, you can follow me on pretty much on all the socials, but Instagram at Long Live Jules. So that's LONGLIVEJULES. Same thing as far as Facebook. I got an artist page on there. Same handle there. I'm on Twitter with the same handle, and then as far as like YouTube and those different types of things, is at Long Live Music Group. So that's the name of the channel. And then yeah, as far as the merch, yeah, man, I've been trying to slowly work it a few different pieces. I got some new stuff that's coming. But I mean, I'm sure you see me. I stay with the merch on. So I got a few new pieces that I'm working on that I feel like I'm gonna probably drop very soon. I'm working on an album, so I think I'm gonna probably drop it around the time that the album drop, which should be first quarter this year. So, but yeah, so right now I sold out of all the merch that I had. I got one other piece of merch that's almost sold out. But I'll be back with some new merch, and then you'll be able to see it as far as my Instagram page, and I'll have a link and things like that to where you can find the merch at.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna cut the episode here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you can, because I feel like I took a lot of your time already. Uh,
Good, man.
so hey, this has been Jules, y'all. I'm Kountry K. This has been Experience the Podcast, and we're gonna say peace to y'all.
All right. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. All right.